Yes, we check results no. Now I'm English A, be one English A, one maths A, one science W. I want to ask, I want to understand this. When the examination is being set, it is the people of WAEC, the executives, whoever is in charge. It is WAEC that is setting the questions. So if it is WAEC and GES, or if it is WAEC that is setting the question, I want to understand who are those that leak the exam questions. Hello guys, you're welcome once again to Youngstar TV. As usual, it's your boy Youngstar right here. If today happens to be your first time watching me, please kindly subscribe to this channel, like this video for me, and also share your thoughts on this particular video. So on this particular segment, I have this logo on my background. You will be asking me, Youngstar, and the other school, yeah, and the classroom. You could see 1, 2, 3. I am WAEC. This particular logo you are seeing on my screen is WAEC. The full meaning of WAEC is West Africa Examination Council. So those of you who have transited from junior high to senior high, and I say from senior high to university, that means definitely you've written an exam from this particular examination body. So after Ghana Education Service have brought their teaching syllabus to teachers, to various schools, to teach their students, these are the people who set the exams to students to write, to commission them to the various aspects in their lives. So WAEC actually set questions. I don't know if they have other parts of the world that they set exams for. I don't know. I think it's only for West Africa. For the WAEC, it's only for West Africa, which Nigeria is among, Sierra Leone, and then some other countries. Yeah, so I have some few questions for WAEC. Questions, and I come in peace. I'm not here to fight with WAEC. I'm too small to fight with WAEC. So WAEC, there's one thing I want to understand. You see, as an institution, as we are, let's assume that I established my company, and then once I have my company, I ask people to, I employ people to do my work for me. Now, if there is something not going on in my company, who are those to be held responsible? The first person that I'm going to hold responsible is the manager of the company. He is the person who is supposed to manage the affairs of the company. Now, why am I even using this example? After GES, this syllabus naba, say infantry. Now WAEC can also ask questions. Now most of the abba. Then they will pass it on. So it is that in that order. So they are like in that order. From GES, WAEC will set the questions, then the students will write for normal transition, either from JHS to senior high school or from senior high school to the university. Now, I want to ask, I want to understand this. When the examination is being set, it is the people of WAEC, the executives, whoever is in charge. It is WAEC that is setting the questions. So if it is WAEC and GES, or if it is WAEC that is setting the question, I want to understand who are those that leak the exam questions. Because you cannot tell me, say, when you were setting the exam questions, there was a student there, or there were students there. But it looks like most of the time, when the exam is approaching, or even before the exam starts, some of the schools allegedly have the exams, or even some of the schools have the exams, and that is the reason why they come out saying, examination has leaked. Who leaked that exam? Those questions that you set, who leaked them? Because when it is human being that is setting the question, so if it is human being that is setting, after setting the exam questions, if you are loyal to yourself, now you've employed people who are honest. Now you are working among yourself. If we are 3 people working here and we are setting the exams, now say you set the exams, then we move outside. Then the exams have leaked over there. Who leaked it? I want to know. Because this particular thing has been worrying a lot of people. A lot of people are in the house because of WAEC. That's why I heard those days. I don't know if it is too true. Those days when I was in SHS, I heard that WAEC, their motto was, your failure is a success. I don't know. I stand to be corrected if they've changed it or if it was not true. But I say, no, so yeah, if my failure is a success, I say this is the kind of exam body that Ghana we are, or West Africa we are having. We have a long way to go. We have a really have a long way to go. We as students need to sit down and learn. But then, how are the examinations leaking? How are the exam papers leaking? And when the papers leak, then the students, when these people fail to do their work well and the papers leak, then the student, we the students, will be at the receiving end and we will be suffering. They write WASSCE, and after the exam is out, they'll come and say, so this year, after checking the statistics, we realized that 19% of students failed, this of students passed. We realized that about 5% of students' paper were cancelled due to examination malpractice. And as part of the examination malpractice, you know, some of them, they had the questions. Who gave them the questions? That's the question I'm asking. Why? Who gave them the questions? Because whilst you are setting the questions, they were not there. Until why more questions? You know, why the more? And then you just the ended WASSCE. The ended was last year's WASSCE. You know, I said there are some schools that I don't know if they've cancelled it or they've withheld their results. Yes, we check the results. You know, now I'm English A, when you're English A, when you're Maths A, when you're Science W. Now the W is withheld. That means they've put restrictions on that particular subject. You cannot access it, all in the name of there is a malpractice that is being suspected on that particular paper and as a particular subject. You know, now some malpractice. You know, when we talk about malpractice, it could be any other form of malpractice. Either you sent your phone there and then an invigilator caught you now assign it, so and any other malpractice. But most of them, you know, as a result, say in Kolano, Ebia, from mobile phone, I enter into the exam hall. Now, I feel like they are overburdening the student. I say someone's someone's mistake, you know, is being someone's mistake or you know, or be moment taking the effect, the heat. As in kotre akori ni maku na ponchre ni 8153. That is the way it is. Because before the exam start, as I said, WAEC, they have their rules and regulations. They have rules and regulations, and before the exam will even commence, they have invigilators that are trusted. At the examination center, we have invigilators over there. We have security personnel over there. In the classroom where you are writing the exams, sometimes you can have like 3 to 4 invigilators in one particular classroom. Yet still there will be a malpractice. I understand, say even if malpractice abba, okay, fine, abba. Now, if there is a malpractice, who is the first person to attack? Who is the first in line? I also who is the first person to be questioned? It's not the invigilators. The invigilators, even though they will not be able to see everything that is happening, but I believe very well said they've been entrusted to go and do this particular thing. But these people, no, they go there, and if they're not able to do their work well, now the whole blame, no, comes to the student. And I don't understand. I really don't understand. There is this particular message. A guy sent this message to me and then said, I should talk about this particular thing. Let me see if I'll see the message. Here's the message. Dear, I will not mention the name because of security reasons, and I'm not going to mention the index number. So, dear XY, you are hereby invited to meet a committee investigating reported cases of irregularities in respect of WASSCE for school candidates. 2023 at WAEC branch office on 27 February 2024 at 9 a.m. Please be accompanied by your parent, guardian. Refusal to honor this invitation shall not preclude the council from making a determination on your case. So, if you look at this particular person's case now, his result has been held. There is restriction on one of his subjects, and that particular subject, no, he's not having access to it. And as a result of that, he's supposed to report to the WAEC office to write a report to explain what happened over there or what. My question is, has WAEC taken into consideration asking the invigilators that go to invigilate the exam what happens on the scene, or have they ever punished any invigilator Why is it that it is only the students who are at the forefront of receiving some of these punishments? Why? These are questions I want WAEC to answer for me. I want WAEC to answer this particular question for me. Why is it like that? Why is it always like this? Why does WAEC prioritize penalizing students for examination malpractice but fails to address the role of invigilators in preventing and reporting such incidents? Why? I have 5 questions. This is the first question. My second question: what measures does WAEC have in place to ensure accountability and integrity among invigilators during examination? My third question: how does WAEC justify the apparent discrepancy in holding students accountable for malpractices while seemingly neglecting the responsibility of invigilators in maintaining exam integrity? My fourth question: what specific actions has WAEC taken or plans to take to address any potential complicity or negligence on the part of invigilators in cases of examination malpractice? And my fifth and final question I want WAEC to address for me is: can WAEC provide transparent and equitable procedures for investigating and addressing allegations of malpractice involving both students and invigilators to uphold fairness and integrity in the examination process? Can you? And this is something that is very important. Why are you setting your exams? Whilst you were setting the exam, students were not there, but at the end of the day, the questions leak and you blame the student. How? Explain to me.